What up, guys? Good morning. My name is Chris. This is Wheelhouse Trading, and welcome to the Wheelhouse. So I hope everybody is good. I have a feeling it's going to be a good day. Yesterday, what a rally. I looked at a lot of charts, and I gotta say, it certainly looks like a lot of pivots and a lot of possible bottoms were found. Now, I have a lot of things on my mind as far as why it could not be bottoms. I mean, there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on out there. Number one, I don't think that we have 7% inflation. I'm convinced we're way higher. The inflation, it's so bad, and it goes in circles. So when you try to combat inflation with upping the interest rate, we're actually just putting like gas on the fire. Like, I've been thinking about a lot. We have wage inflation, then we have product inflation, then we have consumers, paying, they're just paying more. And at some point, the supply shortages are going to end. There's going to be glut, and then there's going to be shortfalls of orders from these companies, and then all the earnings are going to be lower, and that's going to create more slowing growth. And we're just in this sick, twisted, like, economic regurgitation of some sort. So there's a lot of things pointing to recession. There's a lot of things pointing to slowing growth. There's a lot of things pointing to even stagflation. And if we get to that point, recession, then stagflation, and then possibly something like price controls, where it's going to get to a point where, like, people that either manufacture or have services, they're going to be like, screw it, I can't make any money, either because they've jacked up the prices so high and consumers don't want to pay, or the government puts price controls, which would be a really bad idea, by the way. And then all the companies are like, well, my margin's not enough to even do it. And, what I'm really concerned about is things like, well, I'm concerned about all that stuff. I'm really concerned about the BS and the lies about the unemployment. Jay Powell says we're at full employment. I'm just going to tell you right now, we're not. We have 16 million job openings across the United States right now. Why they're not talking about that and acting like we're at full employment is just beyond me. Why they're saying we're at 7%, I don't have proof that we're higher, but I think we all know that we're way higher than 7%. I mean, everything is higher than 7% right now. So, there's all that going on. But, the cost of energy and coal. Did you see that guy that became the 10th richest person in the world and might even become in the top 3 because he sells coal? He's got like a coal mine or something like that. I don't know a lot about coal, but this guy, dude, he's balling like all of a sudden because lack of coal. Well, that's why energy prices are so high, and energy does well in inflation. So I've been letting everybody know on the Discord, guys, you need to be like either shorting the bonds or on commodities, soybeans, coal, energy plays. Those are proper right now. That's where it's at. But I gotta say, like, I made a killing trading yesterday. I kind of laid low for a few days. I traded and I made money all the days, but I wasn't really heavy-handed. But there was something about the way the market felt yesterday when I was watching all the different charts and the flow of it. The algorithms weren't all tied together. Like, there was some independence in the sectors, and there was rallies going on, popping off, and it just felt good. It just felt right. So, I pushed in on a bunch of stuff. I had Nvidia for a few days already, and I had it down in the low 220s, I think. And it kind of just putter stepped for a minute, and then boom, it launched. Got Microsoft. What else did I get? I'll tell you. I didn't get a lot. Okay, Nvidia. I got Doximity. I have some CrowdStrike. I have some Crocs. I have some Marvell. I got Peloton. Jesus, Peloton. Like, I don't know what happened. I bought that thing what I did was I bought pretty much blocks of like 1,000 shares. Some of them a little bit more. Like I bought SoFi, Palantir, DraftKings. These are all ones that are 1,000 shares and above. SoFi, Palantir, DraftKings, Plug, CCJ, Antero Resources. Okay, yeah. Any other ones? I thought there was something else. There's 3 P's. Palantir, no, 4 P's. Palantir, Peloton, Plug, oh, and Playboy. Okay, so I got all those 1,000 or more shares, and then I bought, so I got Microsoft, NVIDIA, I got Activision, Doximity, CrowdStrike, Crocs, Marvell, Pubmatic, Zim, Signet Jewelers, Amazon, Facebook, PayPal, Disney, SM Energy. Then I got NRGU, a triple leverage energy, FAS, a triple leverage financial. And yeah, so I didn't open full positions. I don't think I opened full positions on anything. The most I opened was 50% positions. Most of them were 25% positions, so I'll scale into strength. But I want to show you something crazy. Not crazy, but just really, really good. Really, really bullish. So we're just going to click through some charts, and I'm just going to show you what I'm seeing here on like across the board. Okay, now I'm going to stay on the daily because I don't want to get too deep with everything with you guys here on YouTube. We're just going to kind of keep it simple. We're going to go with a line chart. We're looking for our RSI, when it's got this little brown box, it's low, okay, and when it's coming up, that's good, and when the blue line crosses the purple, it's good, and when the blue line's above this, it's good, and this is a 9, okay, it's called a reverse 9. This is your 50, and this is your 200, and if you remember how I teach you about the 4 market phases, how you have the accumulation phase, see if we can find one here real quick. Okay, this particular stock's not that old. I'm sure we can find something that's older. Anyways, an accumulation phase, basically like it'll all come down, it'll look like this, and then this one the 200 will flatten out, and the price action will go above it, and then it'll go past the swing high, and then the new bull run starts. Okay, now, you got 1, 2, 3. Okay, volume, you want to always pay attention to volume. Have we crossed the reverse 9? Have we crossed the 50? Have we crossed the 200? We're in the 4th phase, okay? That's just a little preamble or a little like get you started, okay, tutorial, because I'm going to start clicking through charts, and I want to show you similarities. Now, if you want to take it a step deeper, you can look at something like this. This was the low point, and now you have an angle moving up as a higher low, which constitutes a potential pivot. Now, I am really good at technical analysis, so yes, if you wanted to do everything the correct way, then you would wait for it to get above all 3 of these, and most likely you would come in here for something like this, and it would be a trend reversal, and off you would go. But when you're a savage rooftop ninja killer like me, you want to get in early if it's correct to do so. So you're going to look at some things, and getting above the reverse 9 is the first step. Obviously, this is going to have a lot of risk of what I'm going to explain to you. But you have a higher low. You have everything moving to bullish, and you know that you're at the 4th phase. And at some point, everywhere in the 4th phase, there has to be a bottom. Now, let me show you something. Okay, so when you have, here's a good example. Let me walk you through this. So this right here was the last time there was an accumulation phase, okay? So the price action came below the purple 200, went into the red, and then the ribbon went blue, and it went above, and then it went to the participation phase all through here, and then this was distribution, which is the process. It can take months, and then you're in the 4th phase. Okay, so as you can see on this chart as well, you have what's going on, and you're creating higher lows. Okay, I'm seeing this on a lot of charts. Okay, at some point there needs to be a directional change. Okay, so there needs to be some form of a pivot. Okay, where it starts to move up. All right, now let me just take it a little step further. I might have deleted it. Oh no, it's right here. Let me just show you guys real quick. I just want to make sure everybody kind of understands what I'm going to show you. No, just want to give you a little heads up here. Okay, check this out. All right, so imagine this was your old participation, and then a new direction was found, and you started making lower lows. Okay, and then at some point there's a directional change, and there's a process, and then finally you get a second touch, and you get to make a new line and create a new trend line. Okay, that's typically what happens. All right, so does it look familiar to you? Accumulation, participation, distribution, fourth phase. There's your wobble weeble I'll teach you about, and then your pullback, and then a pivot, and then a process to create a second touch, higher low. Okay, I'm seeing it on a lot of charts, guys. A lot. You want to take a look at things that got beat up like bad. Like, so go back to software. Look at CRM, Asana, apps, Upstart. Okay, obviously energy, oil, premium. Like get paid. Like get paid, people. Like get freaking paid. You should see how much money I'm stacking on energy. Okay, leaders, fundamentals. Look for that kind of stuff. Ones that don't fall that hard, but really rally back. That's what you want. That's why I picked up, like, I got myself, like, I'm getting Home Depot, but I got Microsoft, NVIDIA. I got a bunch of, I haven't got Tesla yet, but I got a bunch of really good ones. Look at Activision. Look at Activision. It was down at $57. I had bought it at 71 or something like that. And then, here, I'll show you. So, again, there's your under the 200, red ribbon, blue ribbon, above the 200, participation phase, distribution, under the 200, red ribbon, red cloud, and then boom, it created a higher low with multiple touch points, 1, 2, 3, 4. It was a process. There was a pivot. See how this works? See how this kind of works right here? Sorry. I guess I didn't grab the draw tool. Okay. Pivot. Boom. Okay. Process. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. New direction. All right. Now, ribbon showing up on the daily is huge for blue ribbon. Massive momentum. Cool pullback. No big deal. Very low risk, high reward entry right here. If you threw your stop right down, I would put it on the lower one. In fact, what I would do is, we're not to the daily, I'm just looking at the daily. I'd come in right here on the hourly and throw my stop at 80.64. It's tight, but it's on the hourly, and no harm, no foul. Everything looks bullish on all the time frames. Therefore, you don't want to be doing it on the minute and doing the scalp techniques and momentum trades if we're going to pivot and we're going to be able to get into like leaders and fundamentals and pick spots and do stops. And I already started holding overnight, and my stuff it's half green right now, maybe about 50% green, maybe a little bit more than 50%. I just started too, so you can make a lot of money if we're turning. I grabbed Activision. I mean, I grabbed that Peloton. I had no idea 1,000 shares of Peloton was going to go up that much. It's like, whoa! I got lucky with that. But I got lucky with Peloton last year too. Lots of good things, guys. Okay, so I want to go to the other chart instead of over here. And I want to just show you kind of what I was looking at. All right, so fourth phase, through the reverse 9, higher lows, making a pivot, establishing. Now let's just take a look. Doximity. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Blue line is above, running high and hot. Huge volume in the direction of price action. Through the 9, through the 50, through the 200, like a Shaolin rooftop ninja warrior just cutting EMAs like nobody's business. Look at all that money you can make back up to 102. It's a double almost, guys, from where it's at. And it's got enough strength. And look at the institutions coming in out of nowhere. Look at this. 5.8 million shares, 6.3 million shares, 5.41 million shares. We're talking about 15, 16 million shares bought in the last 3 days on Doximity from institutions. Dude, look at this. Up today, 24%. I saw this yesterday in the after hours and snapped it. Or 2 days ago, I guess, because When you see this, I'm filming it the day before, but I had bought it the night before. All right, AMC. Let's see what's going on with AMC here. Okay, AMC through the reverse 9. Look, a double. Look, it looks like a double bottom on AMC of some sorts, right? So established, heading in the right direction. Everything is bullish. No institutions are buying it, but okay, CCJ. I picked it up. And I couldn't even believe it at the end of the day. I got it because it's in the right sector. Okay, it's energy, and I know that we have CPI coming today, the report, and I know what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and I know the global temperament right now with inflation and energy and the supply and demand situation. So that's why I picked up Plug, and I picked up CCJ, and I got Intera Resources and SM Energy, and so there's a reason why I'm loading the boat on energy, and it's an NRGU, and it's not like just today I loaded the boat. I've been doing this for months. I mean, come in the Discord. The link is in the description, and go ask everybody. I've been like on energy for months. I made a ton of money on energy. Like, you find a sector that doesn't want to go down, it only wants to go up nonstop every day for months. I mean, just put your money in that sector, guys. Come on, common sense. That's where we're at. So the CCJ, I mean, look, it could go up to 2809. I picked mine up at like $20 or something, right above $20. So I mean, every 1,000 shares from 20 to 28, I mean, that's like an $8,000 hit, and it's going there. Like, it looks good to me. Affirm got beat to hell, but look, there's that lower high off the fourth phase through the reverse 9 with momentum past a breakout over to the 50 to the 200. Off we go. Boom. Is it time? I don't know. Somebody thinks so because they just bought 11.82 million shares at an institution on Affirm. Upstart. This thing was up there at $390. Boom. Lower high. Or higher low, excuse me, established bottom. I mean, look, they're coming in. The institutions are coming in, guys. End-phase energy. End-phase, look at that turn. Boom, reverse head and shoulders. This time, instead of coming and getting rejected off the 9, it came and made a support off the 9, and now it's going to come up to the 50. This is the kind of technical stuff that we're looking for. This is when I put my foot on the gas coming down. I mean, I put my foot on the gas, $500,000 a whack, bam, bam, like, made all this money. Got out, didn't know what was happening, saw things changing. Well, things are changing to this way now. Now, I'm not in heavy. I'm in a quarter position, half position. I'm kind of checking the scenario, but we get past these 50s, at least the 50s, and especially the 200s, game on. Foot is on the gas, baby. I mean, green lights to the beach, baby. Okay, Chewy. I mean, same thing. This thing got tore back. Okay, got smoked. And look, up to the 50, through the 9, on its way, through the accumulation phase. At some point, all the accumulation phases are going to have this rounded thing and go up. And they'll be a little choppy on the line chart, but essentially, that's what you're looking for. Asana, I had a lot of luck with it last year. Ran this whole deal, got out. I mean, dude, I'm down to run Asana again. Look at that bow tie. I mean, that thing is like, when you see it like that, making calipers, dude, it is on. Like, Asana's about to run. This Clean Spark, I mean, you could do better than Clean Spark. Square, let's look at Square. I mean, Square got beat to hell. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I mean, look, I even drew a little thing in here. So the bottom was 101.50, it says. And you're pretty much, you got a little lower high going. You're through the reverse 9. I mean, people are still selling Square, though. And there's a reason that people are selling Square. Somebody told me. It's because Apple is creating something where it's like Square, but you don't need the block and you don't need the thing. You can just basically do everything right on your phone, like with your card. That's going to probably hurt Square. And PayPal's having issues because their main client base is like middle income or low income. I saw on Bloomberg, and their main people are just not they're just not spending money buying things because inflation's so hot. Like they have to go to like what they need instead of what they want, you know, and that's true. I mean, that's I mean, I feel the same way. Like, I mean, you got to get what you need first, you know. So, you know, that's use some common sense. People are probably going to need utilities. People are probably going to need energy, like, you know, like, you know, Mara, you know, it's correlated with Bitcoin, obviously. So, you know, if you want to run that. I don't like these little ones, these aiders. I'm not big into the Chinese stuff right now. Atcore, I dig Atcore. I like that one. Look at that. Boom. Green lights to the beach. I mean, that thing not only didn't even get hit that hard, but it just like, bam, hitting an all-time new high. Soxel is sick with it. You want to triple leverage up on the semiconductors? Boom, there's your play. Roblox just had some news I saw on Bloomberg earlier, and that thing got hit to hell. So, I mean, you're getting a deep discount, and you got 14 million shares bought by institutions, and your indicators are correct. You're going the direction of price action. You got that established with a nice angle, by the way, too, on Roblox. So, I mean, look at this. I mean, now, typically when these things, they go up and then they come down and then they flatten. So, you know, we got to be careful because this thing is definitely still heading down. So just you know, got to look out for this stuff. But there's no reason why you can't keep that stop on the 1 hour and you can hold overnight at this point, I think. These are real category type lower lows and lower highs. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's literal stair step. So is this a pullback to another low? I'm not sure. But the fact that we broke past the pivot low through the reverse 9 with the right leg lower off the pivot on the W, heading up to the 50, not quite rejected yet. And this is turning on apps. Well, shoot, man. I mean, this was 94.74. I mean, we could be running the gauntlet right now. When people want to run, they want to run. And when it's going to go, people are going to put their foot on the gas. They know how to do it like I do. Like when it comes down, you spot it, you pull your money aside, you get out of margin, you wait for it to establish, and then you hammer down like Thor's freaking hammer on the gas. Like full-blown V12, gun it as hard as you can. You stack trip, you get your percentage super high, and then when the wind changes, you just pull out just like you did at the top. You feel it out like a Shaolin rooftop warrior. You got your bandana on. And then it tells you this. And then you get a plan. You put it all together. And you get ready to put the Thor's hammer back on the gas and run it up. That's how you do it, baby. Okay? So, you only have to trade a certain amount of times a year. There's these specific points. There's the bad times, they happen throughout the year, and there's the good times, they happen throughout the year. You don't want to miss them either direction. You just need to understand what the tops and bottoms or the levels are to kind of calm down and then go heavy into the direction and the momentum. And that is what I am talking about in this video. So, Teladoc. I mean, it's come down way to hell. It's still sketchy. Dude, this one, what is this? AOSL, Alpha and Omega. Now that looks like a chart like that is making people money to me. I mean, everything looks good on that. Why not buy, 500, 1,000 shares of that one? That one, hold on. Now that's coming up on, looks like a little, or maybe it already had a little breakout today, huh? I should put that on my watch list, my like real watch list. I mean, you can find really good deals, bouncing off of. I mean, this didn't even fall below the 200. Sorry, I got a text there. Melly, okay, look, established pivot, boom, boom. There's your W. Right leg is a little bit higher. Looks like we, might do something like this. Keep an eye on it because at once upon a time, this sucker was way up at like $2,000, $1,984, and it's at $1,133 right now. Okay, Dat Chat. if this is your cup of tea, this kind of thing, it's a cheaper, kind of less expensive one. Technicals look okay. I mean, down here, and you're coming through the reverse 9. I mean, you're not totally bullish, but I mean, it looks like money's about to be made on it, short term at least. Okay, this one is pivoting too. I mean, what is this? DoorDash, GME. That's strength right there, going through that reverse 9 with this leg up off the pivot. See, that's okay. So GME actually is showing more bullish strength off a pivot than most of the charts. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. Bounce and boom. Just bounce, bounce, boom. Like not playing games. Oh, and look at this. Okay. We got a couple nibbles over here on the hook from the institutions. February 8th and February 9th. Interesting. All right, Sentinel 1. Again, momentum in a pivot, guys. I'm seeing these major pivots on a lot of charts. This is very exciting right here. Like just when I'm calling the top, hey, we're at the top, we better pull it up, we better get the margin, hey, it's going to be a shitstorm. Well, now I'm like, whoa, I don't know if it's a fat pullback to a bigger, lower high, or if this thing is about to run and people are like, F it. I want to make money. It's time to get back in. These deals are just so attractive. And I'm kind of feeling that way. That's why I got PayPal, I got Facebook. I mean, when they got beaten down like to no end, I looked at it and I was like, Facebook's at a 13.58 PE. Let me grab a few hundred shares. Like, come on. Like Nvidia was down like super low. Microsoft was down. Microsoft was as low as like 276, I think. I didn't get it that low. I think I was trading in there, but I had sold. But I just picked up new shares like recently that, they're pretty close to where they are today. I think it's, maybe $10 less or something. But Unity Software, that's one that I used to really like a lot. This thing, man, it was running so hard, and then boom, when it fell hard, just like CRM and apps and Sauna and all those, man, those things got hit. But yeah, look at this. I mean, pivot through the 9. You have this was a death cross recently on the 50 and the 200. That's crazy. But I mean, look at the volumes going up, everything. I'm telling you, man, I feel like I got a gut feeling right now that we could Thor's hammer on the gas right now and we can make a freaking lot of money. Like really, really, really fast money. Like these are the moments when you can do that stuff. Most of the moments are like plotting and thinking about the watch list and the direction and the stops and calculating the low risk and all these different things. But there are moments out there when you can hit it directionally with momentum and speed momentum up or down. And I think we're at one of those points again. AMTX is another one I really like. It's cheap right now. And, it kind of has like a Palantir style chart. Moderna, God, that thing was almost $500, guys. It's 164. I mean, yeah, it's not as bullish as some of the other ones. Okay, this is, people are picking up. Look at this. 139 million shares picked up on DRN, which is a triple leverage bull real estate. I've run that a few times. I might have to run that. Bilibili, I think you can find better stocks, but it's still, interesting. Sunrun got beat to hell. 25,000 for 1,000 shares. That's cheap for this stock. This thing was up at 96.50. That's you can go like 3 to 1 on that. You throw 25 grand in there, you can get 75 grand profit if it goes back to all-time high. That's actually, I might have to do that. Hold on, let me just throw that in here, just so I can remember for tomorrow. Why not put 25 grand up to make, 75 racks, guys? Sunrun is the second largest solar energy company in the whole United States. You think that this makes any freaking sense? I've seen their earnings. Their earnings are okay. Trust me. Like, I've been in and out of this company for years. I know what time it is with this. This thing is way oversold. Actually, let me just go look at something real quick. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't come down here very often. I mean, and it's just now popping off the line. I like to see another day or two. I mean, don't get me wrong, but just, watch list. Keep these things in your mind. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's going to, NVIDIA's like, it's the best. In mode. Another one I made a lot of money off. I'm about to run this one again, too. You pick up 1,000 shares of that, too, boom, like off the pivot. This thing, when this one wants to run, this thing will make you money. I have good memories with this one. ChargePoint. Biden's talking about all this electric vehicle stations. Indicators are doing what you want it to do. No action on the institutions. Overall lower highs, but I mean, at some point things got to turn. These are good times to get into your TQQQs. Look at that angle right there. I mean, I was running that SQQQ down, and now you just run that QQQ up. Editas, I lost money on this once. I kind of need to get my money back from it, so I don't know. It did get picked up some shares. SoFi, it's a good one. These prices are really low on like Palantir and SoFi down here. I mean, you might as well just piggy bank money. I mean, it's like 12 grand, 13 grand, 12 like anything that's around that 22 grand that's like used to be like $80. Like, just grab yourself like 1,000 of those each, or whatever you can do. A whole bunch of those, and then get all the ones that are like down here, like 12, 13 bucks, like SoFi and Palantir. Try to get yourself like 2,000 of those, and then you don't even have to have a big portfolio. Just like stack a lot of shares with those, because the prices are so low. When they go up $1-2, they'll probably all go at the same time. You're up 15 grand, and then if they go on a run, it's like every day for 3-4 days. Raise your stops. If you get stopped, whatever, then move all that money into $30 stocks. Like, run it. There's all kinds of good stuff out here. I mean, the SoFi, I'm talking myself into buying more. I mean, this thing is like, I don't know what it is. I just got a good feeling, guys. I got a good feeling right now. I did not have a good feeling yesterday, but all of a sudden, like, the charts really, and look at this. See, I'm on it with these institutions. That's why I knew at the top, when nobody on YouTube or nobody on TV was calling the top, but I was calling it. But the fund managers, they knew. And the reason that I also knew was because I could see the distribution, because of the way I was trained, and like, I'm telling you, like, I have a good feeling right now. And here's the institutions coming in, backing up that feeling with institutional support quietly on the accumulation phase. See what I'm saying? Okay. All right. ARC F, same thing. Starbolt Carriers. This is one, actually, this is at an all-time high. I'm okay with all-time highs. I think leaders need to make all-time highs pretty much every week to stay a leader, right? So I like all-time highs. I like them when they're really low, like Facebook's at 13.58 PE. Like, okay, I'll snap that up. And PayPal, I feel like it's just a steal. You got to have some of that low. But this is at an all-time high, and it's just on fire. Remember, if they're above all these and they're above that 9 like this one, now this thing's probably going to come down pretty hard, knowing this angle, but that's okay. You can maybe take a quarter position in here and then let it do its thing, and as long as it bounces off the 9, you can get the other 75% of the position and let it run up, because I think that this is the right sector. It's kind of like energy, transportation, bulk carriers, like these kind of things are really good right now. Coal, I think, what is it, uranium, lithium, like, keep an eye on maybe some of that stuff. I don't know where corn's at right now, but like soybeans and definitely coal. I mean, keep an eye on commodities. I'm not a big commodities trader, but I definitely understand economics and how things work, and coal is something to watch right now. Okay, I'd mark my words on that. Pubmatic, I don't know what it is. I keep getting excited about this because the leaderboard had it on there, and I was like, every time I buy it, I end up losing and having a wash. I think I bought it and I made like a little bit. I got out. I tried to buy it again. I lost what I had made the first time and a little bit more. Then I had to wash. Then I had to wait. And then I did the same thing, but in reverse. I shorted it, made money, got out, and then the direction changed on me. And when I shorted it, I ended up losing money and getting out. And I just almost pretty much broke even or minus a couple hundred one way or the other. But it has not been lucky for me. That's why certain stocks are really lucky. Like I did well a long time ago with InMode. I did really well with stocks like Apps and Asana and Crocs and DraftKings but I just stay out of it during all the damage. But when I see that pivot, it's like go time, SoFi, Palantir, Neo, freaking Lucid. Now I'm not going to do no Neo right now. I'm not doing Chinese myself. I'm not doing Chinese. That's up to you guys. There's so many good stocks. There's so many good cryptos. There's so many good things going on in the market if you're a directional trader. And, I can just, take 10 really good Chinese stocks out of the menu. I like JD. I like Baba. I like Neo. I like, BYD. And I like all this stuff. Baidu and Tencent. I like this stuff, okay? It's not that I don't like it. They're good companies, but I just don't like the added risk, and I had already made up my mind back in, I think it was December, maybe November. I think it was December actually. And I said, look, next time we run, I don't think I'm going to get Chinese stocks. And I really like Neo and I really like Baba, and I've made a lot of money on both of those, except this last time, Neo, I sold at a loss, and it was the first time in 2 years I sold at a loss. And I looked at it today. And if I didn't sell then, I'd actually be down further now. So it kind of made me feel good. And I think it's been over a month since I sold it. So if I wanted, I could get it. But there's just other stuff in there. Like there's other stuff that you can mess with. DraftKings. I mean, I made a fortune on DraftKings, multiple times, like 6 times. As things come down, I have a feeling that we are coming right into Super Bowl weekend. I think we're going to have a rally Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I think that, there's an earnings coming too. It's on my other chart. I saw it. And look, and there's the institution backing me up. I see it in the charts, and then I remind myself to look over here. An institution just bought 7.07 million shares. Guys, what am I saying? 1,000 shares of that's 23 grand. This thing was 71. We're talking about 250, 260, 270%. Well, it's a lot. It's above 250%. Like, yeah, this thing is running. I already grabbed it. It was like 21 something. It was 2178 or something. I don't remember. It was just very, very, very recently that I grabbed it. So, yeah, looks good. Look at the indicators all saying this thing's going to run. And I'm looking at the daily too. So if it's bullish to the daily, like it's going to work. Come on. There we go. All right, Roku. I mean, this thing was another one that was way, way up there. I mean, look at this, $480. It's down at 165. I mean, this thing's been tricking people for a long time, so be careful. But what I'm seeing is that it is going to work out. Let's go look at Neo, another cheap one. You can buy 1,000 shares for 26 grand. I mean, my gut tells me this thing is rallying, but it's going to come down a little bit still. It's Neo. I mean, it just doesn't look as finished as the other ones. It's had more of a gradual decline. The other ones had these massive sharp declines where it got to a point of like, wow, it's so cheap, I have to buy it, like Facebook. And, that's going to happen to PayPal real soon, I bet. Watch. But Neo's just been this gradual thing, and it's left this like nastiness in people's like throats and guts. They're like, oh God, Neo does nothing but lose me money every day. I hate looking at it. Whereas the other ones were like, boom, like rip the Band-Aid off like CRM and lost like $70 in one pre-market. You're like, damn. And then it's done nothing but go up. So it was kind of like a shock and awe drop. And then it's climbed up. Whereas Neo is just like this, like, I got stabbed in the gut like 3 times, like, and now I'm just bleeding out, but I'm not dead. That's kind of how Neo is. It just feels like it's gonna play this little game, and then it's gonna do its thing. To me, Palantir, I mean, you can barely like resist this price with Palantir. It's got a similar deal to Neo, but SoFi, DraftKings, Neo, Palantir, even Lucid's a decent price right now. I think it's down to like $28. You know, and I looked at the volume profile. Wait, VPVR, right? VP volume profile visible range. Yeah, I looked at that, and all the liquidity changes around $37. So it's below that right now. So there's a lot of people at a loss. So I think a lot of people will buy the dip if it's off a true pivot on that. So that might be something. And look at this Palantir. Look at the institutions coming in, guys. Lam Research, another semiconductor. Facebook, I mean, dude, I had to pick it up. I mean, how do you not, like, look at this. This is what I was talking about. Boom! And then instant pop. Like, I had to. I mean, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I don't technically buy under the 5,200 and before an accumulation phase is even, like, talked about or decided. I mean, I'm just like, is Facebook really not going to be around? Like, they own Instagram, they own Facebook. Like, it's going to, at some point, be okay. And, like, you know, I'm already up on it. I'm literally already up. So, you know, yeah. So, what else? I mean, Shopify, you know, same thing. Came way down. This was at 1,700. It's at 924. I mean, that's a huge gain if you want to get into it. Indicators look good too. So what I'm saying is, I mean, look, pick your favorite stocks. You want DocuSign, you want Activision, you want Facebook, you want Home Depot, you want Microsoft, Nvidia. I mean, there's a ton of good stocks at a lot of good deals. And if you can continue to make higher lows and create a pivot off your charts with bullish indicators and volume going in the direction of price action, green lights to the beach, baby. So look, I'm going to cut it there. I just wanted to show you the charts. I'm obviously excited. A lot of good things that I see in the charts. We'll see what happens. Can't really say. A lot of economic pressure, a lot of BS out there. Can't really trust it, but bullish to the daily. Haven't seen that in months. So I wanted to let you know. Who loves you, baby? Welcome to the wheelhouse.